Welcome back to another episode of Talkin to Missy
and Ready.
And today
we're talking about old school versus new school.
Old school versus new school, and I think you kind of throw a little shade.
What you mean?
Because, you know, I'm more lean to the like older generational group.
Yeah, you are. But I'm not throwing shade. The thing is that you're really into old school. I'm not really into new school, but I will say that I'm more new schoolish than old schoolish. I'm like a mixture, but you're like pure old school, right?
No, I'm not like pure old school.
You are.
I mean, like, but what are you trying to, like, what about new school versus older?
First of all, let's figure out what is like considered old school to us, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good one.
Yeah, like old school. So I consider old school before I was born.
Okay.
Yeah, so before I was born in the 90s. So anything 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, and below is old school to me. And that's why I'm considering old school. See, I consider 90s, 2000s not new school, but, you know, it's just like our generation. But new school is like 2010 and up.
Well, I listen to, so we're talking about like music,
fashion, all that.
Okay, well, fashion, I mean, as far as fashion, I mean, I think that it comes back anyway.
Yeah, it recycles, like bell bottoms and stuff like that, you know?
So I think the fashion is really not an issue because the newer generation start wearing it again. It starts to trend again, and they make it a trend, and they blow it up.
That's true, but it's like considered retro, so it's cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
Exactly.
They recycle it, but it's still old school.
It is still old school, but then you have the old school people, right? The older generations that's like, I would never wear, like, for example.
Okay.
We walk around with ripped jeans now.
Yes.
And that's fashionable.
Yes, that's fashionable, but that used to be tacky.
That used to be so tacky.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You know, so you ain't gonna probably catch a older generation person really like enjoying wearing ripped jeans. I mean, older generations, y'all let me know.
I see older generation wearing tight jeans now and stuff.
Yeah,
you know
tight
skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
They really be wearing them.
You have people who won't wear ripped jeans because of the generation when they grew up. For sure. But for us, the newer generation is style.
But like, even like the mentality, the tradition of old school is totally different than new school. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's totally different. Like, you know, certain things that new school people do now is not like tolerated or not accepted in old school. And old school stuff is like annoying to us new school people. Well, like I said, I'm not totally new school, but you know, I can go back and forth.
So are you saying I annoy you?
No, you don't annoy me. But you know how, like, you know, your mom or your dad used to put on some old school music and then, you know, you be jamming in the car and you used to be just super irritated. Like, not you, but, you know, yeah, I know y'all went through stuff like that.
I used to not like jazz, but now I love jazz. I can listen to jazz by myself without my mother or my father.
That's right.
Telling me I have to listen to their jazz.
Right.
You know? So I get it.
But, like, it is low-key annoying, though, sometimes. It is low-key annoying, for reals. Like, because of, you know...
So you're talking about personal right now?
No.
You're talking about your personal preference?
Not my... Yeah, in a way, I am talking about my personal preference. But, like, old school is okay. I'm not tripping off of it. But at the same time, like, you know, when somebody's, like, grooving in something and then you like, oh, man, dang, turn this off, man.
Okay. So we're going to talk about music then.
Not just music. I'm going to know everything.
I know. So I'm going to tell you right now, personally... I love me some music that can go way back probably to the 50s.
I know. Baby making music, that's what y'all call it?
I mean, I don't call it that. I ain't made no babies to that music, but I mean,
they did. That's my jam, yeah.
I mean, I ain't made no babies to that music, but I'm just saying, like, I personally prefer that music. Like, that music for sure
is what?
Can reach the soul.
Oh, okay. So it's soul music.
It can reach the soul. Even early 2000s. Like, you have music, you have certain artists today.
I like
who
90s.
Can still give that effect.
90s and
not many.
90s and 2000 music is like the smooth R&B era and everything, like the real soulful music, you know what I mean? But and then anything older than that is kind of like it's not horrible. Like, you know, I'm cool with it, but it's like
you just pick and choose because you can't tell me that Michael Jackson music don't hit you.
No, for sure it does.
Exactly. Yeah, that was made in probably about the 70s.
Michael Jackson is universal. Michael Jackson is forever.
You can't pick and choose.
He's legendary. That's different.
You can't pick and choose.
You use Michael Jackson out of all artists.
Yeah, because you can't pick and choose.
Michael Jackson is universal.
The Temptations.
Kids still like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah. Like, still talking about Beat It and Smooth Criminal and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's universal. Hear this generation now talking about My Girl. Yes, they do.
About My Girl.
Yeah.
What?
So you can't really.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But so they bring it back. They sample music nowadays.
They do sample it. Mm-hmm. And you like it.
A lot of the times, personally, I don't even be knowing that's a sample song. I don't even be knowing. You be like, you know that song was made back in 1970. I'm like, really? You play it? I'm like, bro, this don't sound nothing like the song to me. Yeah,
because I think newer generations don't know that neither.
So I'm just ignorant then. I'm just ignorant in like the old school sense then. Like I don't know, before my era and stuff, I don't really go that back. Like I don't, like the history of it is not, like, I don't know.
I think music in general lives forever, to be honest with you. Depends on who's making it.
Certain songs and stuff for sure hit right. For sure. I'm not going to even cap right now. I'm not going to even lie. Like, but at the same time, like certain songs and stuff like that is just like, I feel like my dad is in his Lincoln or his Cadillac leaning back and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That music sound good. Like,
oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
I know you're not saying that, but you're saying why, like, what makes a person want to listen to it? Is that what you're trying to say?
You that was born after me, by the way, what makes somebody like you even, like, you know, feel that? Like, you know, like a lot of people have memories attached to music. Like, man, I remember when I was a kid and I was listening to this song. You know, they have something attached to make them actually, you know, reminisce about this song. You literally heard it and then you was like, that's a good song. You know what I mean?
Because I know good music,
I guess.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I like music that can tell a story. Like, I like, it's my preference.
Okay.
Like, I like music that will literally get you in here singing out your soul, feeling the music. Like, I like feel music.
Okay.
So
I got that.
Today's music, some artists can replicate it, but not many artists today, I feel, have that.
Artists nowadays try to get you moving. It, like, the music is supposed to get you like dancing and feeling it. You feel it, like, of course, yeah, the words and stuff like that. That's a whole different level. But the sound, the beat, it gets you moving. It gets you feeling it. You don't even have to know what somebody's saying.
In 60s music, they get you snapping. Like, your body get them moving.
They get you tapping your feet.
They get you tapping.
Yeah.
It gets you doing all types of stuff, but you're trying to understand what is it in the people that's born in newer generation that makes particular me go back and want to listen and literally have a whole concert to that music.
And what makes, like, old school heads still be able to listen to new music, like, you know, because, you know, music, the styles changes. They changes to, like, you know, with the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the whole sound and construct of the music is totally different, you know what I mean? Yeah. So what makes somebody that was really into this now into this, you know what I mean? Vice versa. It works both ways.
I just think you find something that you enjoy in it. Like, if you find something that you personally enjoy that fits your preference, I think you can enjoy any genre or any, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not
any generation of music.
I'm not saying that you got to stay at one generation of music. I'm just saying, like, for example, you most definitely gravitate to old school music over new school music. I'm just saying, like, it's certain songs and certain artists that you will listen to, you know what I mean? Like, you like, you know, they're cool, but more than likely you're putting on old school music.
If I want to have a decent day, like, I for sure would throw on some older generation music
you don't put
to
on
get
new
me
music.
Started throughout the day.
Yeah, I know. And then you start dancing and moving and stuff like that, and then I'm just sitting there looking like
like, if I want to be silly and just like free, I throw on some just like Candy and start, you know, doing the electric slide,
you know,
while I'm cleaning or something. But if I'm just chilling, laid back, probably, I listen to the artists that I like in today's music, which not many, but I'll listen to them.
Even like your fashion sense and stuff like that. Like you don't dress all new schoolish, you know what I mean?
I don't.
Like you don't dress old school either.
I dress comfortable.
Yeah, you just throw on some sweats and a hat or something, you know?
Yeah, I like that look.
And
I'm more like 90s. Like that's where 90s. I appreciate fashion.
Okay.
In the 90s.
Okay.
And anything before the 90s, I don't really appreciate for me. And fashion,
anything before the 90s.
Yes,
so music, 80s and stuff.
Yeah, 80s clothing and stuff.
Oh, it was a little too old school. But the 90s, you like gravitate to? Like you still dress 90s?
As far as fashion.
Fashion wise.
Music can go far back as, shoot, if I find something in the 30s, I might be, swing, bop, bop, boo, da, boop, bop, bop. Yeah, okay. I listen to that. So, but as far as fashion, I probably, my sense of fashion kind of ended in 1999. Like, I appreciate that generation of fashion.
Okay, so what about like mentality wise? Because of even that, you're like kind of old school. You know what I mean? Like you don't do stuff like new school. You don't. I don't know how to even put it. Like you just don't care about what everybody and everything is. Like,
I probably shouldn't have been born in the year that I was probably born. I couldn't ask what year I want to be born in, but I probably should have went back a few.
You think so?
Yeah, I probably should have been born like. I'm not sure when I should have been born.
I'm about to say I was waiting for the answer. Like when?
I'm not sure when, but I think that the type of personality I have, I just fit that.
Yeah, like with kids and stuff, you like old school. You like you're the type of person that will be like, oh yeah, no, like you don't care about like the principals and stuff, calling and stuff and saying stuff. You're not into all that type of stuff.
No, I'm not. Like, what do you mean though? Like I'm not into like what kids.
You know how everything gotta be told now. Everything gotta be like reported. You know what I mean? Because of everybody getting canceled or everybody getting in trouble for things, right? So pretty much back in the day, when we was kids, pretty much what happened was the teachers and the principals took care of it. You know what I mean? But nowadays, like the kids and stuff like that, they calling like, Johnny is chewing gum in class. Like,
yeah,
our parents never got no claws like that.
I just think that the times that we're living in, you got to cover yourself with every step you take.
I know.
I think that's just the mentality of the world. Like the world became, not to defend nobody.
What do you want to say?
But the world just became a whole bunch of snitches. You feel me?
I thought you better say soft.
No, they just became a whole bunch of snitches. Like they want to snitch on everything.
Everybody
snitch
have
on
an opinion.
Everything. Like where I come from, snitches get stitches.
Okay.
But now ain't nobody getting stitched up for being a snitch.
They getting a pat on the back.
Yeah, like so for me, I understand that either the world is getting, I think, I'm not going to say soft, but I am going to say vulnerable.
Okay.
I think vulnerable is the word for this newer generation. Like they're opening themselves up a lot to be vulnerable. And versus older generations, that wasn't really taught.
Right,
you know? Like being vulnerable wasn't a thing.
Everybody was stern until their self.
So me personally, like, I don't know if that's part of you saying that I have an older generation mentality because I'm more stern. I'm not as vulnerable to the system of.
Yeah, that too. But you like don't care about nothing. Like you don't care about like social media and stuff. Like you don't care about likes. You don't care about views. You don't care about anything.
Yeah, like I care,
you
but
do stuff because you enjoy it.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like that's I will say it's a
what?
I can't think of the word.
Okay.
I was about to say activity, but it's more than an activity. But depends on what you're using it for.
Okay.
Like, as far as enjoyment, like I don't feel like the need to have people kind of interact on the regular basis. It makes me feel any type of way.
Yeah, you're still cool. You did it for yourself.
Yeah, like, so like my decisions come with me first.
Okay.
And I think in the newer generations, their decisions are made together.
Yes.
You know, they don't make their choices anymore, in my opinion, as themselves, what's best for them personally first. You know, before they can think about what's best for them personally, I believe they go to the internet.
Okay.
And what's best for us type of thing.
Right.
You know, it's a collective now. It's no individual mindset, in my opinion.
Yeah, trends is like, you know, nowadays when something happens, everybody's doing it immediately. You know what I mean? If everybody likes this, everybody likes that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the newer, just the newer generation. I wouldn't consider myself newer generation.
You have to think about it though. Like the spread of information is way faster now. Back in the day, we, like I said before, we used to have pockets of communities. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Los Angeles was Los Angeles. The only way that you was able to know what Los Angeles was doing is if you was going off of the culture of like music videos or TV, what they portrayed Los Angeles as. But now you can literally do something in Los Angeles, post it online, and everybody in New York knows what you're doing. Everybody in Atlanta, Georgia knows what you're doing. Florida, whatever, knows what you're doing. Vice versa. Florida can post something and then you would know what Florida is doing. You know what I mean? So the communities is really, really integrated nowadays. So it makes sense for everybody to hop on trends because now, soon as the trends start, like soon as something happens, like, oh yeah, this person do something that looks cool, a dance or something like that, you know, and then everybody's seen that dance. You know, back in the day, it wasn't like that. If it wasn't in a music video or if it wasn't on TV and stuff like that, you didn't know about it. You know what I mean? But that community kind of probably knew about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes sense now that people is duplicating or they're gravitating to communities because now they're so integrated, even though they're across the world.
I know for like, let's just say the older generation, transitioning, moving on, like keeping up with the newer generation is for sure a task. And you have some older generation that's doing it.
Yeah.
You see older people with TikToks, you know, and got the hang of the social media world.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they got it down packed better than me.
It's part of the work life too, though.
It is. But, you know, they probably first, you know, it may have been enjoyment. They probably talk bad about it or something like that. Like, you know how older generations, they stick to what they know.
Okay.
You know, you don't really get them changing with the wind.
Okay.
Versus this newer generation, you can't change you can't stick to what you know because it's forever changing.
Yeah,
like
you know. Well,
it's forever changing.
Most people can't because they want to be acknowledged. They want to be and people that don't care about that, they can stay the same.
They could,
if
but
you don't care about the acknowledgement.
They can't stay too much of the same because it's pushing you. At the end of the day.
Liking something or watching something is just acknowledgement. If you really want to know, if you really want to break it down, in my opinion, like, you know, when you like a video or when you like something, literally click the like button, or you're acknowledging it, and then people want that acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Most people, but old school people don't care about the acknowledgement because they acknowledge themselves. You know what I mean? Like they don't care. You know, but this new generation, they care about the acknowledgement so bad, like, you know, so, you know, their view count or their like count makes them want to do this or want to do that or want to do more of this, you know. They enjoy that. That's the enjoyment. So it's not so much of them copying, it's so much of the acknowledgement, in my opinion. Like, I don't even think that they think that they're copying people. Like, oh, yeah, you're wearing black pants, everybody wearing black pants. I don't even think it's like that. I think that, you know, pretty much they see somebody wear black pants, they like how that looks, and then they want the acknowledgement. Or they like it personally. Yeah, it's weird. It's just strange to me. It's kind of
I mean, I wouldn't say that acknowledgement is the key.
No, but liking something is being acknowledged. When you like, it's like if you came home from graduating or something like that, and then, you know, I said, bro, good job. You know, like I like what you're doing with your life.
But sometimes like with the social media world, you're not only just liking, or you're putting stuff out there for the people.
Yes.
You know, you are. So them liking is because you've hit some type of entertaining thing that you hit a preference that they probably like. So they're not just liking.
But what keeps you? What keeps you doing it too? Like, you know, I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they really like you. You know what I mean? That's acknowledgement. Like, you acknowledging something when you like something.
Yeah, but you've also did something to make that person. You know, it's to be
acknowledged. Yeah, for sure. But
so what's pushing
the person that is creating it? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, for example, let's say that like I made something and I got no likes and I got no views and stuff like that. You know, how many people would actually not like that? They, even though they enjoyed doing whatever they did, since the view count or the like count wasn't there, they don't feel as full. They don't feel like, you know, their work was really appreciated. Their work was appreciated, you know what I mean? Because think about it, you know, if I really like something that I'm doing, I don't necessarily got to post it if I like it personally. Why am I posting it? You know, people post it for money, people post it for all type of reasons, you know what I mean? And people sometimes like their craft and they want to show it to the world as well. You know what I mean?
Or they want to influence.
Yeah.
Or they want to influence people. Yep. Motivate or be an inspiration. Like, you know. But and naturally, I think some people just have that giving spirit. Like, they have that. And then when it turns out to be what it is, then, you know, it goes further. Like, you know.
Well, old school people don't have that. That's my point. Like, not every old school person have that. Old school people do what they want to do because they want to do it. You know what I mean? Or they feel like they have to do it. You know what I mean? Either or.
It's not just. You're not saying that it's not just like a part of them.
No. Yeah, like, you know, if they put something on the internet, they wanted to put it on the internet. If it gets no likes, they don't care. You know what I mean? They already did their job.
Well, you have to understand that a few years ago, many people's lives was private. You know, it was private. Like, you were this person, this stage name, and you were this government name at home, you know, when you weren't on stage. But now that has collided, you know, but the mentality was you're this person, but when you go home, you're this person.
But nobody even knew that person that was
nobody knew that person.
They only knew your stage presence.
They only knew your stage presence. You know, that's who you were. And that's what the world got to see.
Right.
But with social media, they had to learn how to become both.
They had to keep up. That's why they had to keep up. And
people don't want to know just who you are on stage, you know? They want to know who you are
your
now,
personal life.
Because exactly, like, you know, that they want to relate to you now.
They
you know,
they want like a friend, like they want to know you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
to support you. They want to support you by, like, you know, knowing you like a friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to just see your craft anymore. They want to know what you're doing in your life.
Like, your craft was good enough to get them to you.
Yeah.
And they appreciated it. They got to know you through your music or your movies or whatever.
Comedy.
But now it's like, okay,
what you're doing.
What are you doing when you're not on the stage? I want to know what you're doing when you're not on the stage, you know, because my life and your life, I need to be relatable to somebody.
But a lot of old school people don't have that.
No, they don't.
Nor do you.
I don't have it?
Not really. No, you don't. You don't have it. Like, your personal profile, you don't, you know, like.
Well, because
that's for your family. So you only post on there when it's family related. You know what I mean? And then, like, your page and stuff like that is your business, and that's what you post. Like, you know, it's different. Well, I do the same thing.
I mean, I know how to. I feel like balance is always.
You don't just post everything on both. You don't just post, I'm brushing my teeth now. You don't do that. But like, a lot of people do that. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you, that's not no easy thing to do.
Well, a lot of people make it look easy. That's
they do make it look easy, but it's not. You know, it's not. It was easy looking presentable on the stage and in movies because you always have someone there at that moment getting you dressed, getting your hair, getting your makeup done. But when you have to now do that yourself on your regular days, you know, most people ain't just sitting here waking up beautified.
People are workaholics as well, you know, so people want to work for the sake of work, and that's their purpose. They like working, so it's not. They don't mind doing the extra work to actually still, you know, they're working.
Of course.
That they enjoy, that's their purpose.
But I think, like, you know, because I'm in the newer generation.
You are born in it.
I was born in it, but I'm not in the what is this, Gen X or what?
I don't know. I always get them mixed up.
Okay, well, after the 2000 babies.
Okay.
You know, they on a whole nother mission.
I heard that every 20 years is a new generation. Every 20 years.
Well, they on a whole nother mission.
That's what I read before.
And it's hard to keep up for the older generation. It just is. It's just hard to keep up when you're so, like, you were raised on
privacy.
You was raised on do the job, get the work done, get your paper, live your life, you know?
Right.
You wasn't really on the whole spreading that journey with everybody.
Yeah, sharing it.
Yeah, like you wasn't on that. So it's just something that, you know, you got to keep up with. But if you're talking about as far as like caring about it, like, yeah, I care, but I'm not really into the whole I need your opinion thing.
Yeah. You already...
You know, like, I'm just not that person. You know, personally, I'm just never been that person.
Okay.
To want your opinion. I mean, if I ask for it, if you want to give it, that's fine too. But I'm not really into it. It's not gonna
make you or break you.
Yeah, you know, because before you knew who I was who I was, right? The only reason why you're saying something now is because I've allowed you to know who I am.
Right.
So that's just my mentality, you know? Like, if you didn't know, you don't know. You only know what people tell you.
You do.
Or what you find out.
Yep.
You know? So that's just my whole mentality with the whole
old school
generation.
And new school.
Yeah, and newer generations, you know, they express everything. And then everybody has a reason to say something.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, everybody have opinion on everything.
That's
because you express everything, so everybody know everything, so everybody can say what they feel about everything.
Exactly.
For sure.
You know, so that's just my take on it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let us know what y'all take is. Y'all heard it first. Missy sure is going in on this one, huh?
Just you coming for me.
Yeah, today. Because she really got it in the bag. That old school stuff, she really got it in the bag.
You coming for me.
Hey, I'm not being disrespectful though.
I know you're not being disrespectful, but you is coming for me. So you're considering yourself the newer generation.
Hold on.
And me the older generation.
I'm more new school than you, for sure. But not like I'm not new school though. I'm not new. I don't even know what I am.
Well, we'll save that for another video of how I feel about
I'm mid school.
Yeah, I don't really think you're new school myself.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I can't even speak on the new school because I don't consider myself new school either.
Yeah, but you sure don't understand the older generation of art.
Wait, no, disrespect. Disrespect. But let us know if you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing this on YouTube. We're doing this everywhere. And if you want to listen, you can do our podcast. You know how it is.
Know how it is.
But until next time, we are out.
Deuces.